Welcome back to Hidden Source News for another non-spoiler review. As always, please subscribe to the channel to help us grow and continue to provide good quality and honest reporting. Today we will review the upcoming Tron Ares, which lands as a big-screen sci-fi spectacle, officially scheduled for theatrical release on October 10th, 2025, from Walt Disney Studios. If you're marking calendars, this is the one studios are positioning as the next major franchise push in the Tron universe. And boy, did we have things to say about this movie. At the helm is director Joachim Rønning, and the cast is built to be both starry and ensemble-driven. Jared Leto headlines as the titular Ares, with Greta Lee, Evan Peters, Jodie Turner-Smith, Hassan Minhaj, Arturo Castro, Cameron Monaghan, and returning veteran Jeff Bridges rounding out key roles. The way the film is cast feels intentionally designed to mix fresh faces and familiar franchise presence. Jeff Bridges' involvement is worth flagging for longtime fans. He returns as Kevin Flynn, which gives the movie a clear franchise anchor, while most of the story focuses on a new generation of characters and conflicts. That connective tissue is used more as emotional ballast than as the film's entire focus, so Bridges' presence comforts fans without making the movie a rehash. It doesn't go into the Sam Flynn story in depth, and I really did not like how they covered that storyline. Also, no mention of Korra or Tron, but Encom, the company that Kevin Flynn created, is still there. The official premise is concise and provocative. Ares is a highly sophisticated program who crosses from the digital world into the real world on a dangerous mission, framing the movie as humanity's first cinematic encounter with sentient, ambitious AI. That logline sets up the movie's central tension. What happens when a digital intelligence walks among us without revealing specifics of who does what or how it turns out? I feel that it's a unique take on AI traversing the real world with real-world implications. And boy, am I salivating to tell more. But as this is a non-spoiler review and the embargo has not lifted, I can't say much. Tonally, the film leans darker and more mature than the earliest Tron entries. It's the first movie in the franchise rated PG-13, and that rating shows in slightly more intense action, sharper stakes, and themes that probe ethics and corporate power. Expect set pieces that feel weightier and moments that aim for real emotional consequences rather than purely nostalgic spectacle. Honestly, the Tron series of movies have been more driven for adults and young adults than to children who may not have understood the plots of the first two movies. This one is just more violent and serious than previous installments, which I believe may hurt the new audience intake due to complexity of the plot. Visually, Ares is the kind of movie built to be seen loud and big. The neon grids, reflective cityscapes, and updated light cycle aesthetics are all present but modernized. Production design trades some of the original's minimalism for denser, layered environments, lots of night city photography, digital effects, blended with practical sets and choreography that tries to sell how the digital and physical collide. These sequences are frequently the film's strongest currency. They're the moments that will make theatergoers clap or gasp without you needing any spoilers to understand why. Really, we all know that the Tron movies are a spectacle of lights, and this one is no different, and it actually steps up the game. Performance-wise, Jared Leto gives the role a focused intensity that alternates between quietly unsettling and charismatic. Greta Lee and Evan Peters provide strong human centers who carry a lot of the movie's emotional weight. And the supporting ensemble adds texture and occasional humor. Jeff Bridges brings a measured gravitas that helps ground the film's bigger, more speculative elements. Think of him as the film's emotional keystone rather than a plot crutch. The cast chemistry is uneven at times by design. The film lets some relationships simmer, but there are multiple scenes where the acting lifts the material beyond spectacle. So, the script and themes here, they really spend some real time on questions that, honestly, any fan of sci-fi will recognize, things like identity, agency, corporate technocracy, and, what it actually means for programs to want more than they were designed for. The movie kind of toys with these philosophical ideas, but it mostly keeps everything pretty accessible. You definitely don't need a computer science degree to follow the ethical dilemmas or to care about the characters' choices. And actually, the tone changes are pretty deliberate. Those big action beats are usually followed by quieter, more character-driven moments, which are meant to make the stakes feel personal instead of just purely conceptual. Sound design, score, and editing all work together to keep the momentum going in the second half of the movie. The film is scored and mixed to feel really cinematic, and there are moments that intentionally prioritize atmosphere over explanation. Those are the sequences that will stick with you long after the credits roll. Not because of some twist, but because of the mood they create. The music by Nine Inch Nails matches perfectly with the theme and overall synergy of the film. Honestly, this is definitely a movie you'll want to see in theaters. If you're coming from the original Tron films, you'll totally appreciate the nods and the respect this movie pays to the franchise's visual language. But Ares also wants to be its own thing, built for a 2025 audience that's expecting smart sci-fi with blockbuster action. If you're new to Tron, this film generally works as a solid entry point. It explains enough to get you invested while offering plenty of layers for repeat viewing. Content-wise, you can expect some intense sequences and a bit of thematic weight. Families should note the PG-13 rating and make a call based on how younger viewers handle action and moral complexity. Bottom line, Tron Ares is a visually ambitious, performance-driven addition to the Tron saga that trades a little bit of nostalgia for a fresher, darker sci-fi take. It's best experienced in a theater if you want the full impact of the visuals and sound. If you're someone who prefers character-first sci-fi with blockbuster set pieces, this will probably land for you. The acting is good, but what always steals the show, just like in every Tron film, is the visuals. I give it a 7 out of 10 and do highly recommend seeing it in IMAX theaters for the full visual experience. It's one of those movies where you just have to hang your disbelief at the door and really immerse yourself, and I guarantee you'll enjoy it. Well, that's my non-spoiler review of Tron Ares. I really enjoyed this popcorn film and hope that you all do as well. Please leave a comment if you liked the film or if you're planning to see it or not. As always, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to help us grow and see more of our content. Have a good evening, and we'll see you all again in the next review.